Hello again. So in today's video I wanted to talk about an area of the body that I think is quite important to at least develop to a certain degree in martial arts, but isn't really thought of much at all in general. You definitely won't get it from generic fitness programs or anything like that, but this is like forearm sort of development, gaining sort of more strength in your forearms, why it's useful. So forearms, this mainly responsible for moving your wrist about, and grip strength. Grip strength is a big aspect of why you might want to try and develop your forearms, because they're responsible for that. Grip's really it's useful in most areas of martial arts, but it's especially useful in like grappling and ground fighting, being able to hold on and like stay attached like glue. Basically, it's really useful to be able to do that. It's also useful to just be able to like crush things in your hand, essentially. So there's a bunch of different ways that you can train the forearms. You can say, you can do like wrist curls. You can kind of get your arm like this, and you can sort of bend your wrist upwards. You'd put your arm down on a bench so it doesn't move, and do that. You can spin the other way to do the other side, sort of, because you've got different aspects. You got this part here, which is like flexing that way, and then this back part here kind of flexing that way, and then sort of bits at the side. The sort of forearm muscles, they kind of attach and like go around, which is kind of how when they contract they can sort of rotate. So they kind of look weird. They're very dense, lots of different muscles all packed into like one area. So wrist sort of curls, they're a decent one. Reverse curls, which is this sort of movement, they don't really work the forearms themselves. They work this other muscle that's kind of on the top here that kind of does this movement. It's not quite the same thing. One of the best tools for developing forearms I found is this thing. It's called a wrist roller, and it's basically just a weight attached to some rope on like some kind of handle. What you do is you basically let it wind down, keep your arms out straight so your arms don't move, and you have to roll the weight up to the top again using just the wrist movement, basically. So you keep your arms locked out straight, weight's off the ground, and then you just like this. So you're just using the wrists to roll the weight up, and then you roll it down, and then you go the other side. So you're turning it up this time instead of turning it down to do the same thing. That's a really good, gives you a really strong burn and really works all areas of the forearms. That's a really good one. And then for like grip strength, you've got things like this, grip strengtheners. They're really useful. This is quite a high tension one. You can get like adjustable ones. You only really need to do, say if you're starting out, you might want to start doing like a few sets of 10 reps. But really, when you get to like a high level strength one, you can just do like 5 reps. Do like 5 sets of 5 or something like that. Just squeezing them, like that, and just help build up that iron grip strength. Grip strength is also useful for lifting heavy. If you get to a certain point where you're doing like heavy deadlifts or something, you wouldn't want to work on your grip strength so you can actually hold the bar in your hands. So it's really useful for grappling, grabbing onto things, crushing things in your hand, helping people feel the pressure, but also having that strength through your wrists is really useful for circular movements and like redirecting. If you do any of that stuff in certain martial arts, have those kind of movements, especially sort of more Chinese ones. Like Chinese sort of martial arts have very fluid circular movements, lots of redirecting and stuff. That kind of thing is useful as well. So that's just a little bit about forearms, why it might be beneficial for you to sort of work on them a little bit. Apart from that, I will see you in the next one.